I'm Barbara Michala. I work at Mercado Libre, and my role is Head of Data Culture at the Data and Analytics team. Part of my responsibility is around bringing all of the learning and community programs to our users, meaning our internal users, for our data-driven culture to be every day better. Well, to us, everyday AI means bringing data over the table every time we need to make a decision. It's about naturalizing the use of data and the use of data techniques and culture into stuff we do every day and we hadn't been doing before. Let's say every one of us, usually when we have to go to an event or we have an important program ahead of us, we check the weather conditions, we use data to really make decisions which we've already naturalized into our daily basis. This is something we have to do too at the organizations and what we're doing already. So it's about making people take into consideration that data is around us, there's vast amounts of them, and we only need to gain the custom of doing so. So really it's using our metrics, using our KPIs, getting data closer to the product design and not being at the end of a life cycle. You know, that's something that many companies suffer today, like data being the last processes of all of the development life cycle. So data was not being fetched with the right needs or being able to answer the right questions. So it's important as well to have data at the beginning of the process from the design stage, and to be able to do so, we need people to have these data-driven skills, these data mindsets, and of course have access to data and access to the tools to do so. What has to happen right now is to professionalize all of the discipline, to bring it into organizations, into companies, to be able to start merging academic and professional skills to do so. So part of the needs we have around the process is to gain maturity and start bringing into the data lifecycle many of the techniques of the software development lifecycle itself, to help measurements be more efficient, to help KPIs get better defined, and to have a measure of success into data projects and products. Well, for a company to be data-driven, and for any company to be data-driven, many things have to take place. So the first is you need democratized data. You need democratized technology around data to being able to exploit it. But you also need democratized access to learning, to education around data. So one of my main roles goes around bringing education, bringing data literacy to everyone at the company, so that even though data is there, and even though we have platforms, we have technology, we have storage, we have billions of data being created every time, we need people to get to know why to use it, when to use it, how to use it, and why does that matter? So to be able to do that, there's this idea that people need to understand that they have to be trained over those skills. But the truth is that you also need a top-down strategy. So both ends need to meet. You need different executives, C-levels, managers, everyone at the company sponsoring learning initiatives, making sure people have time to learn, making sure there's a return around it, and you're also in the need of having people to save that time from their own backlog and realize that current cost is really an investment. So they will be able to gain proficiency, they will be able to see results, but of course we all need to work together as a team and collaborate to be able to do so. Something we speak about a lot in the industry is the lack of unicorns. Everybody wants unicorns at their companies. But the truth is, unicorns aren't available anymore. We need to start to be sustainable. And that means that if we want unicorns, we need to breed unicorns. So part of our strategy is around creating learning programs and communities who can share knowledge, who can help themselves, and are being trained formally by our main team. And this means that we have a learning program for starters who are offered with self-paced learning through an in-house built platform where they have learning videos, quizzes, and all of the materials they need to start their own learning. But we also have mentoring programs and even a community of champions who have the best skills around our data products. And we actually use our own data to detect them through their best skills, through their tool usage, and through that program, we call for the champions to come to us, and we create that community where we upskill or reskill their capabilities with more and better techniques around data and analytics. Nowadays, the entry and exit barriers of AI services and technology have lowered to the point that it's really not risky to start, but it's very important to do so. So my recommendation around choosing the right stack of technologies for companies to start using AI is just to do so. Speak to your people, speak to your teams, understand their needs, understand their current and future skills they will be needing to fulfill the job and hit the right metrics and hit the right projects, and make them part of the decision, make them part of the evaluation, make them part of the benchmarking on the market of different tools, and gain sponsorship from these same users who are going to be the ones that will bring value and will have to collaborate and will be collaborating on the projects they will be working on. So that's the key aspect you would need to drive around this selection. And once there, it's all about creating a healthy community of users sharing knowledge of these learning programs and getting the right people to work as a team so that the AI projects and really any data project from little and small initiatives to huge different customer experience, finance, or other different use cases on the company to find the right people working on those projects. And that means even sometimes opening up the project inside your company and making people or being able to have people enroll into those programs and enroll into those projects, because those will be the most successful ones. Those projects where people were involved from the beginning and they are really, really eager to work on and to find value on data.